I don't know if anyone has heard this before, but this brilliant person or doctor online said something one time, and it was very interesting. I mean, he said that when you hear a medical diagnosis, you should just take it as information, it's not a sentence. And I think that's very important. I try to remind myself that yes, you can go to the hospital, you can do your test, you hear that this is deficient or this is surplus in your body, you take that as information, it's not a sentence. You take it as information, you use it to work. There are different ways that people might also arrive at a different type of result to whatever it is that you're going through. So if you met a different doctor or you went for a second opinion, you might hear a different reason why you're feeling the way you are feeling. So yes, science, we take science as really law, the irony, but like we take science as, yeah, science, it can't be wrong, it's fact and figures. But when you hear something, you got to take it in as that. But then it's really sometimes just information and something that you should work with a lot of other context. I have to remind myself this because I've had a couple of experiences, or let me say two, that was not so pleasant. Let's say okay, one is that I was feeling very cold in my hand, like I was feeling cold in my bone marrow. It felt like there was cold, there was something frozen in my bone marrow. So it used to hurt a lot, especially during like December or November, like when it was cold. And I thought this is not normal. So I went to see a doctor. When I went to see this doctor, I told the doctor, my hands are cold unnecessarily. Like it's so cold. Um, I thought the doctor was gonna think, let's do some tests, let's check, let's scan, let's do this, let's do that. Doctor looked at my hand and they thought, if it's cold, maybe you should stop touching cold stuff. That was what the doctor was telling me, and I said, yeah, I don't try to touch cold stuff except if I need to. Like I don't voluntarily go and hold ice just to make sure my hands are frozen. Like what are you talking about? Like hello. The doctor was like, oh yeah, just like, or how about you just keep yourself warm? Yeah. And then I thought, okay, this was not helpful because I was doing general checkup. So it was not that just that I went for. And then I thought, well, I guess at least I did my part. I went to see a doctor. I told the doctor my condition, and the doctor said it was fine. And then I told my sister, and my sister told me maybe it might be related to low blood pressure or something like that. So I checked. The next time I went to a different doctor, I told the doctor that I probably have low blood pressure because since I didn't have any information from the first person I went to, the information I had to present to this new person is I have low blood pressure. So this new doctor now told me, let me check. Then he used the is it stethoscope, the one he just used it to listen to my heartbeat, and he was like, checking everywhere. It's like, you're not that sick, you're okay. And but this one was nice. He was nice enough to sit down, press my hand, check, like, oh, okay, let me see. He was like, doesn't feel like anything is wrong with you. I said, okay, all right. So up until this very moment, I'm still looking for what is wrong with my hand. Like, why do I feel cold deep in my hand, deep within it, deeply within my bone marrow? So I still need help with that. But recently, I've been checking out to see that is this related to iron deficiency? But I'm going to go to the third person later. Hopefully during this week or next week, and I'll try to see if they can um let me know. So the first thing I'm going to tell them is the first person I went to had nothing to say to me, but maybe wear hand gloves or something. The next person, another diagnosis from a medical professional, maybe not a doctor, but like it's related to low blood pressure, maybe something related to genetics, whatever. The third person told me, or now the information I'm getting is related to iron. So can you check all of this? I need the information. I don't think I look at doctors the way I used to look at them before. Like, these people are going to cure me. I'm sorry if there's any doctors in the chat, but I look at you as people who provide me with information, and now I have to work with it. And when I go to see you guys and I'm disappointed, I'll just take it on the chin and then I'll move on with it. It's not anything. I feel, and before I used to feel resentful slightly. I used to feel like, why is it that people don't just do their job with some level of honesty anymore, or ingenuity, if that's the correct term to use in this particular moment? It's like you're talking to someone and you know that the back of the person's mind, the person has a side gig to go to, so they can't really pay attention. I don't know if anyone feels that way. I sometimes feel like I'm talking to someone and they are not there, they are not fully there for that job, because they have another job to go to. They have to go and do talking stages, or if you're a doctor, probably have like some invitations to come and talk somewhere, or you have some invitations to come and lecture something, or maybe you're writing a book, maybe you're contributing to some medical journal, maybe you're contributing to some data filtering or data reprocessing for AI or something. I just meet these people these days and I feel like they are not concentrating. It's like you're talking to the cloud. And I meet a lot of people that feels that way as well, that I feel like many people are not concentrating. It's as if you have something else you need to be thinking about. You can't just be focused on that job. And maybe it's because of the time we're in right now that it feels like if you don't look for other opportunities out there, you might like lose the current opportunity, or what I call it opportunity, the current endeavor you're engaged in. You might lose it. So many people are out here looking for 2 to 3 ways to keep themselves covered, and it feels like if you're not doing that, you're stupid. So everybody has to hustle, but everybody seems like they're not there with you. Like people will be eating, they're on their phone, right? Like I mean, we all do it. We're eating on our phone. You're in a job, you're listening to something else, or you're at a job, you're thinking of something else. You're at that thing you're thinking about while you're on this, and you're thinking about the next thing, and it's just like it never stops. It never stops. It just never stops. It's quite interesting, right? I like this whole doctor thing is so annoying sometimes, where it's almost like good thing I'm going to you guys for something that is not that serious. Like I don't know yet, but hopefully it's not. Good thing I go to you for these things, because now you guys just, it's almost like you're nonchalant. You're too nonchalant for me. I don't need my medical doctors to be nonchalant. You should be very, very chalant. We want to see you chalant and chalant, really. Because I went to this other woman, this other doctor. Damn, is that misogynistic? Why did I say it like that? I went to this doctor, and I told her I don't drink ice water any longer, and this is so not me. I'm that kind of person. I was that kid that was like hot all the time. So I am this kind of person that preferred, oh, I was, now I don't even know who I am. Because I used to prefer winter, or I used to prefer cold weather, because the heat just does so much terrible things to my skin. So now I can't even drink ice water. If I stay under AC for more than an hour, I start feeling sick. And I was thinking, it's not normal. Like, is there like cold stored somewhere in my blood? What is happening to me? Why am I having cold hands? Why am I, feeling this way? Why is it that immediately I drink ice water, the next day I'm going to have cold flu? If I drink if I took ice cream today, I might find myself feeling sickly the next day. So I went to this doctor again, and I told them I'm falling sick really easily, and I'm falling sick related to when it comes to getting cold flu. It's too fast. Like I could drink cold water and I just fall sick. And the doctor was like, how about you just drink lukewarm water? I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing, but it's not normal that I just fall sick the next day after drinking something that's cold. And she's like, okay, if you really want something, I'll just prescribe something for you. I think they just gave me something for placebo effect. It wasn't anything that really was going to do anything for me. It was as if they were playing in my face, but I just, I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna take it, and I'm run with it, I guess. So again, glad I'm going to you guys for things that I think are not that crazy. So hopefully we keep our relationship that way. No need for us to be seeing each other all the time. But I get help. Hopefully I get healthier. Some way, shape or form, I keep talking about health whenever I speak here. Yesterday I did a core exercise, and all of a sudden I came back. I started watching something. I started indulging, and I ate a lot afterwards. Like after one, and I was just like, ew, why? But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Because unlike other health people, unlike other people who actually work out, I don't bulk. I don't cut. I try to train myself. Someone said that eating is like a habit, right? Eating the way we eat, it's a habit. So you have to train yourself to just eat better. Try. It's not that simple. You try to curb your appetite, or when you have appetite, you try to eat healthy. So just trying to do those things in a healthy manner, not bulking the same body gram, the same taking in protein as per your. Maybe, yeah, that's what you need to do. I just don't want to obsess over it. I think I've spoken about this before. Anyways, anywho, I don't know if you're watching the World Cup. I've not been able to watch the World Cup, but I've been following the jokes on Twitter, and it's been interesting. I've been following it. It's been interesting. It's been fun to watch, to see people having so much fun over like football. It made me remember when Kendrick and Drake were having their hip hop knockout. That was fun. That was fun. I really can remember when Kendrick and Drake did their thing. I was locked in. I think I was locked in for a year, because I was going on YouTube watching reaction videos every lunch period. Now my lunch, I spend it a little differently, but then during my lunch period I have to I watch a reaction. I watch this. I was locked in. So it was very interesting that you see people just happy, men happy. A lot of men were very happy, engaging with it, energetic. It was just so fun to do. So this World Cup was also it's also kind of refreshing to see people just having fun. When you see men online on TikTok, they are not talking about how women are like this, how women are, how they hate women. They are talking about something that they love. So fresh, great stuff. And I thought, this is great. This is interesting. This is interesting to see. But then it crossed my mind, the conversation I was having with a friend, that he said anything that boys do that is just fun is just kind of default fun. But when women are indulging in things, it feels like it's childish. And that's the next thing I was going to go to, which is Love Island. But before we get to Love Island, the FIFA thing is just like very interesting, right? How someone conceptualized the idea of people run around one football. They formed rules and regulation around it, and then they made sure that this is a world tournament. I mean, human beings can do anything. Human beings really can do anything. I understand this is not pure egalitarian, right? It's capitalism. Like, we're putting money on here. We need you to sell. We need exposure, as much exposure as possible. We need to put money in this. We need to get it out. So it's a lot of black activities, black business activities that surrounds that. So that's not really my focus today. But I was just like, yeah, it's very interesting, exciting when you see grown men, no age limit, everybody engaging with FIFA. A lot of women as well, but engaging with it with just so much joy, so much happiness, and no really bad blood. I feel like when it comes to FIFA, it's really fun. It's just, I'm a Ronaldo fan, I'm a Messi fan, I'm a Kylian Mbappe fan, I'm for Haaland, or that's his name, right? Haaland is that his name? Yeah. I'm not that great at football. I don't follow it that much, but there was a time in my life where it was a community thing where, yeah, your brothers are watching, so you just join it. So it was fun. I was a Chelsea fan. But yeah, it's just fun. But it made me think, yeah, whenever like men indulge in or something that is just really fun and games, they take it super seriously. They tattoo Messi on their body. They get Ronaldo tattooed on their body, but nobody looks at it and think, this is so weird. Or this is so, the way you guys are, the energy you all are putting in this thing is really something. But when it comes to an activity that feels like majority of women are indulging in, then it's like, it's a thing of, this is so childish. This is a waste of energy. Why aren't you using that energy for revolutionary activity? Why are you using it to watch this? Why are you using it to watch that? Why are you using it to watch it? Even though this year, I must say, you know what? You guys might be right, because Love Island, why are you guys watching it? I watched the first 6 episodes, and after that first 6 episodes, I was like, okay, I was tapped out, but I still engaged in a couple of videos on my algorithms on across social media platforms. So I still get some messages, I still get some posts or some content regarding it. So I sort of know what is going on. And when I hear the criticisms of people on the show, so if I want to put side by side like something like FIFA fun, I think that the way people go back and forth with it is not as hostile. Is it? It feels to me like fun. Like if I say, "Oh, Ronaldo scored this many goals," everybody's smiling, everybody's laughing. It's fun, really. I'm sorry, sorry, but it's fun. It feels more fun. But something like Love Island, someone is gonna say, "Oh, I love Olandria, so I'm gonna hate Shelly," or "I love Anaya in the current season, so I'm going to hate what's the other person's name." This one is quite different. I'm going to hate Saul. So if you don't know what Love Island is like a show, a reality TV show where people go or to they put a couple of good looking men and good looking women on a villa, usually young. They are too young, which was one of the things that was making me uncomfortable. Not that I'm not all that older than them actually, but I'm just worried about how young they are and what age they are, the people that watch them are, because it feels to me like middle-aged women. And sometimes I'm like, this is giving perv a bit. It's kind of pervy. I don't know. But anyways, I just feel like it's not, the engagement can be fun, but it's so hostile. So that's why I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe, I don't know why you guys are watching this. Anyways, what happened on Love Island that got me thinking a lot? So young people are on this island. They're trying to look for love, according to them. They're there to look for love. We all know that these people are young, fashionable, maybe fashionable, I don't know, maybe fashionable, I don't know, fashionable. Why did I even say fashionable? That's not a lot of them are fashionable. But young people that, at the end of the day, they like, if you look good, if you look good, then your face or whatever is the outfit or completes the outfit. So who knows? So fashionable maybe. But they are young, good looking people that you feel you're probably going to think that if they go out there and they really want to date, they should not have any problem dating. And they're on this show, right? We all know what the game is. We all know that everybody is on this show to get famous and to maybe win. So if they get famous, then they can launch a career in influencing. So this is what it is. This is actually a game show. But people are invested in it in a way that makes me to think, what is wrong with people's brains? Because, like I said, and I'm trying to make this comparison. FIFA game show, I don't know that people are that crazy. Like, I've seen crazy fans, so I don't know. But I think the engagement to me sounds fun. It's like, oh, why are you lying that you like this person? Why are you lying? This person does not ball like this person. To me, that's a bit fun. But the way people engage with when it comes with this other contestants that are all in entertainment, maybe this one on Love Island, feels weird. Feels really, really weird. Okay, how do people engage? Let's say there's a black woman that comes on the show. There's usually a black woman that is on the stage, and usually nobody likes her. That's how it happens. Even though she's stunning, but then nobody likes her because we live in a colorist world, right? So it goes like this: they bring a black woman on the show, and nobody picks her, and then she's someone that the black community, the black gangs of women, and I use gang very lovingly. They are the one, they decide that they are going to be the person to protect this woman. So it's usually like this. It feels like the producers of the show know that black women stand on a code. Black women, by black women, I really mean, to be honest, these days, even Nigerian, Ghanaian, a lot of people, because we all consume Western media a lot. So whenever you see a narrative about black women online, yeah, you're talking about a very small percentage. Even if you're talking about a small percentage, is like a dominant narrative in the media. So if you're talking about what black women are doing online, like what black women are, how they're being represented, or how they are speaking about themselves, it kind of reflects upon everyone, because they're the ones that own the media. Hollywood, they're the ones that really like they own the media. So the America propaganda makes it so that even though you are an oppressed class, as long as you belong to that demographic of people, then you have a little bit of an advantage, in the sense of your position becomes the dominant position, or your narrative becomes the dominant narrative. The narrative of your oppressed class becomes the dominant narrative. The narratives of the black women becomes kind of like dominant narrative of how everyone act in the world, or how 4C hair, for example, is looked at all around the world, which is not even true, because there are places, a lot of places in a lot of African countries that never use, like a lot of large population of people in African countries that probably never use wigs, or are not doing BBL. But when they tell you, oh, it seems like everybody is doing BBL right now, you kind of actually believe it. Sometimes I also say it myself. I sleep and say it myself, because I think, oh yeah, like BBL culture is just this, is that. But then you think about it, you're like, majority of people in African countries aren't actually doing BBL. You can say the percentage increased from last year up until now, but because it feels like rappers or women in entertainment in America who are black are doing BBL, then everyone is, right? So what I'm trying to say in essence is, whenever a narrative comes, black women are able to stand on a certain type of code of conduct, and when they do that, then it feels like that's the code, like that's what everybody has to stand on. Because I don't know why everybody just, okay, maybe I should name this particular episode the Black Woman Code, cause it baffles me that black women take it as their position to protect any black girl that is visible, but then that they see that she is not protected, right? Which I think it should just be normal. Yeah, everybody should, I guess. Yeah, because people are going to always think that black girl is, all of the stereotypes sometimes, which is all of the things. I understand it, but there are sometimes that people begin to get weird. People get weird at a certain point. Things begin to get weird. So for instance, last season of Love Island USA, because the first Love Island was Love Island UK, and that one, black women are always humiliated. And I think it's even done on purpose, because you know that when you humiliate a black woman on TV, every black woman is going to come and protect her. And now you got it's buzzy. Not that way, like buzzy is usually a good thing, but I'm just bringing it here to be funny. But if you want the buzz, irritate a black woman online, humiliate a black woman online, disrespect a black woman online. If you disrespect a black woman online, your brand is going to go viral, good or bad. But you know what they say, noise marketing is marketing too. So if you want to get black women, or if you want to get yourself in the algorithm, humiliate a black woman. So it feels like that's the template that everyone is working with. Like the producers of Love Island UK always brings a black girl nobody picks, and then she becomes a person that everybody has to protect. But the US is slightly different, since it's very rainbow. They can do very white type of they can make it very white, but I think the USA, they try to make it ambiguous. A lot of people even call it Beige Island, where it's like you don't know where people came from. Someone is going to have a mom from Germany, a dad from Haiti, so they just bring everybody together, and it's just like everybody in there, right? But black women are always going to still find that black girl who needs to be protected. They make it their mission to protect a black person that they see on TV, regardless of what that person does. And sometimes you're like, this is actually the right way to go about things. Wherever you have the choice to make, you should always choose yourself first, right? And choosing yourself is choosing black women in this case, because I'm a black woman too. That feels like a good enough code. But then what about if the black woman does not necessarily present that she likes herself, or she's gonna like you? So Anaya on Love Island is a lady who, from the very first day or whatever part of the episode, she was wearing contact lenses that don't look like her eyes. And the reason why I looked at it very kind of like, it made me think like I never saw a blonde haired girl with blue eyes, natural blue eyes, wearing contact lenses that are brown, right? Have you ever seen one? If you have, let me know. I never see blonde girls wearing contact lenses that are black or light brown. No. So if someone wears contact lenses that are blue, then we can almost tell what you're trying to do. You can say you're trying to look like some animal. You can say you're trying to look like a bird. Oh, bird. Yeah. You can say you're trying to look like a tiger. You can say you're trying to look like some jaguar, whatever. But he's already telling, this is weird. And I give a lot of people grace because I think a lot of people can grow out of those moments, right? We have this artist in Nigeria, King Madi. She's young. She wears blue contact lenses. The way she dresses as well, you can tell that she's trying to be something, but she's very young. She's like 18. So she's trying to find herself. So, okay, do your thing. Hopefully you meet the right people. I always just pray or hope for people, a lot of people, to meet the right people along the way. So these people who are 23 years old, like on Love Island, 23 years old, to be honest, they're not that young considering my age, but let me just say they are young. So maybe they are trying to try things. They go through that process of self-hate and come out strong. So why am I bringing this up? This lady on Love Island, you can say that she's been moving weird. She was moving weird in the sense that she was selecting only guys that are lighter than her, and everybody's saying it's her choice. And whenever there are certain words that when people start using it, you have to side eye. When people say it's just preference, usually people don't say this if a black person goes and dates a black person, or like people don't really people say preference very specific times. When you see a man dating out of his race, like trying to dating a white woman or something, that's when people be like, oh, it's preference. So you already know, when people tell me it's preference, I already know what they're trying to say. It's okay, oh, that's what you're on, cool, I hear you. So you can't even I'm just like, okay, I know the kind of person that you are. I know where to place you. So people are like, oh, it's preference. But the funny thing is that she had a black dude that likes her on the villa, and me, I don't even know if it's love or like or whatever. They are there to play a game. People keep forgetting that they are there to win money and to be famous. So everybody comes in there and tries to perform. So when all the people come in there and try to perform, why are you mad about a black man performing that he likes a black woman? People say it's not genuine. All the people there are not genuine. Again, they have cameras in their faces. They are conscious every single minute. They are trying to do their best. I'd rather a dude who tries to perform that he likes himself than a dude who performs that he hates women, because that's what we're seeing all the men do there. They are performing that they can't be the first person to talk to a woman. They can't, somebody called it a red pill island or something like that. So instead of having that, I'd rather have someone who is performing that he likes a black woman. Why is that a problem? They're all performing. Nobody there is genuine. There are just some people that in their performance, even at work, there are some people that they are slightly more honest than other people, yes, but most people perform. In fact, why are we talking about people having cameras in their faces? Just your normal day-to-day life, you're performing. So I'd rather someone performs, gets to a point you perform and fall into that role for life, really. That is not bad. So people say he's performing that he likes her. He made a comment that she's the blueprint, which there's this dude, Casey. I didn't give you guys the whole synopsis because I'm just assuming that if someone clicks on this, the person kind of has an idea or likes Love Island or probably have listened to it or anything. So there are these two people. There's this lady, Anaya, who wears the contact lenses that are blue or whatever color that's not her eye. And then her eye color. And then we have Casey, the dude who is performing, in air quote, according to the internet. So he's performing to like a woman. People keep saying he tries to make her this black woman that needs to be reassured. But if I come to somewhere and I see someone wearing contact lenses, I'm going to think that you need to be reassured. Like, I'm going to think, oh, probably you don't like being black like that. You don't like being African. You don't like these features. Okay. If you don't like your eye features, you don't even need to tell me.
right? You don't need to tell me. I'm just going to pick for apart maybe the way you talk, maybe the way you do things. I'm going to pick it and think, oh, okay, this is what this person is. And maybe I'll just be like, oh, your hair, your hair, it's cute. I mean, your hair is amazing. Her hair is just amazing. So that is being very emotionally intelligent. So let's say she never said anything about not liking herself, but her wearing contact lenses might make us just think she doesn't. So if he thought that she doesn't like herself that much and she needs reassurance, and he did give her the reassurance, what is wrong with that kind of performance? I think it's stellar performance. So I've not been watching after like episode 8 or something. So maybe he did something so bad. But the way people talk about it is, I know if he did something really bad, we would know about it. Like, there are people, black people are under a level of surveillance that nobody's under. So if he had done anything that's like super like terrible, then let me not even say super terrible, just terrible, we would know word for word. So since we don't know word for word and we just know assumptions, intentions, then he's not that terrible, he's just not that bad. He's not that bad. But the problem is that she decided to couple up, or she moved on to another guy who is white and Asian, and everybody's talking about them being classy, like them being classy. Then the issue I even had with the conversation was the zeitgeist, like the energy at which people used to speak about him. It felt like people were so excited, and then I started thinking, wait, oh, am I missing out on what is going on in the world right now? It seems like it's swirl universe. Like, everybody wants to be the excitement black people are having over a black woman dating a white man is really scaring me. The energy, the excitement. When someone just says something on Twitter, the person has 50k likes on that post about how classy this white person or white adjacent, like white proximity kind of person is. The excitement, the energy at which people used to love on people they think to love on white people who they think love black people is very weird. We have a lot of black men who love black women, right? People don't love them with the type of energy they used to love when a white man loves a black woman. The energy is insane. You guys are so excited. These people who are non-Africans love you. It's crazy. Like, you guys should relax, chill with the energy. I could like a couple, but when I come online and I see that you guys are so excited, I just don't speak on it. I don't speak on it. I feel like I have high self-esteem. I don't like embarrassment. Like, what is wrong with you guys? You guys are so excited that a white man loves Alandria. You're so excited that a white man loves Anaya. You guys are so weird. The excitement is too much. You know, there's a way you come and scream, what? Yes, win. Really? You guys are weird. Stop, please. I mean, that behavior is weird. I don't know if you as a person is weird, but that behavior is weird. Your excitement is too much. Pipe down. Just calm down. Relax a little bit. Why are you that excited? Anyways, it's just a thing that just irritated me this week. I felt like anytime I went on YouTube, on TikTok, I see how a lot of people are trying to talk about how she escaped this black man who is performing to like a black woman. She escaped him. The words that people use is crazy. The words people use when people are talking about black people and the words they use when they are talking about white people is so different, man. People need to grow up. Like, you need to be conscious of the things that you think and the things that you say. We all grew up in this type of world, so we all sort of like have that level of weird reverence. I don't think I have, but there are things that we think are more human or humane, and it's related to whiteness or white people. We need to be checking ourselves every single instant. You can't be talking about cases, someone who is in nursing school or who is a nurse or is trying to be a nurse, and you're saying that, oh, he's not even classy, he has not traveled the world, she's going to travel the world with this man. It's just weird energy. It's so weird. You can say the same thing, oh, if a black man had the same thing as he does, yeah, we'll like it for him. But I just feel like yours energy is too extra when you're talking about white people loving black women. I think the story has changed, right? It's like black men used to love, or we used to be like, oh, black men love white women, black men will blah 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 blah, and now it's like, why it feels like it's a time for black women to go and marry white men or something. And again, like I said at the midpoint of this whole conversation, that I'm talking about a specific category of women. However, they are the ones on social media, and then it feels like every black woman is just in that kind of like cycle. No, not really, but they are the ones that are the most visible on social media, so we have to just talk about them like we're talking about all black people. See, before I leave you guys, or before I leave this whole conversation, let me bring it home a little bit. Temi Ajibade, do you know Temi Otedola, the billionaire's daughter from Nigeria? She got pregnant. She got married recently, and she got pregnant. Then she posted her pregnancy journey. She's doing yoga. She's doing Pilates. She's having, it feels like very soothing, this minimalist aesthetic type of thing, and everybody fawn over it. Again, me, I've said it before. My contribution in society is that I just don't fawn over these people. I don't find excitement over their lives. I scroll past, and I don't see what she does, and I find so much excitement in it. But a lot of people seem to find excitement in it. Good for them. Not really, but it is what it is. But I saw that people were now posting on social media, or they were going back and forth, where people were saying, oh, she's pregnant, but she doesn't look like she doesn't look terrible, because many people think that if black people are pregnant, their nose get bigger, their skin gets darker, and it's very disrespectful the way people talk about pregnant black women. It's really, really disrespectful. It irritates my spirit. Like, it irritates me. So I did not go into that rabbit hole. There's a way I see a conversation. I'm very curious, but then I know if I click on this, it's going to just bring me more of this rubbish, and I decided I'm not going to do it. So I decided I was not going to click on it. But I still saw a couple of the conversation on regardless. It was some men saying that you can still look this good when you're pregnant, and women were cursing them out to not have enough money to fund their wives when they are pregnant, right? So is this whole toxic mesh of nonsense, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not interested. But I don't know, the curiosity that came for me was in me seeing a clip of them going viral again, and them saying that they have 9 doctors on call, and it made me think, what is the urge, what is the need for you guys to do this? Call me a hater, but I don't understand the need for people who have things to come and say that they have it. You can, in fact, instead of calling me a hater, why don't you call me an old parent? You know how our moral code growing up is, why are you showing off? You know that? Yeah, call me that person. I'm that person. Because I don't know why you sit, record yourself, get recorded, just flexing. I don't understand it. I do not understand the psychology behind Mr. Easy and Temi Otedola sitting down and filming themselves recording and talking about just all of their amazingness, amazing life, having 9 doctors on call, being the person that I am. Only a level, only you have to be on a certain type of vibration, I'm sorry, for you to understand why my instinct is to think why, or my instinct is to, or my reaction is not as positive, not necessarily negative, but it's like why my reaction is. If you're not on that, that's cool, that's also okay. But there are many people who, there are maybe not as many who would understand the way I feel about this issue as a Nigerian, knowing that people just don't have doctors. So I just feel like, yeah, this is why I don't even join any conversations to support or to oppose, because it's very easy for you to be like, I'm going to support Temi or Ajibade now, or Temi Otedola now, because men are being misogynistic towards her. But then I am sorry, I don't have the feminist wing to go and support her and help her, because she's not a helpless princess. You got it? She's just not. She's not. I don't know.